Okay. Are there any entrepreneurs that work with GVEP?
My name's Timothy Mwogeza, and I work with Portico Limited. We are in renewable energy, specifically in our stoves and briquettes, and I'm passionate about briquettes. But my experience with working with GVEP has actually been an eye-opener. One of the things that I've realized is that the renewable energy, in as far as briquetting is concerned, is actually a new business, a new type of technology in the market, and so there's a lot of ignorance with regards to briquettes, even at certain senior whatever levels. And what GVEP does for us is that it helps create, it's becoming the voice, I was telling him about that, it's becoming that voice that is beginning to broadcast the importance of briquettes and using briquettes in this environment, especially if we're talking about saving the environment and saving nature and all those things. Then we need, and yet the fact is that I think probably 90% of the Ugandan population uses charcoal. Then we need to find an alternative source that enables people to keep on cooking in the traditionally accepted ways while actually being good savers of the environment.
Okay.
And that is what GVEP does for us. It's becoming that voice.
All right. And are you making money?
Oh, yes, we're making money. There's a lot of potential in this. I was talking to some people. We're looking at the market in as far as charcoal is concerned. And many times people think that there's competition in briquettes, but I'm of the view that there is no single renewable energy supplier who can meet the demand in this country.
Actually, earlier on,
Yes.
a person told us, Sam said he supplies in Bunga, and somebody from Bunga said, you haven't reached me.
Yes.
And yet Sam has reached many people in Bunga, so very true.
So it is true that there's no single renewable energy supplier who can meet the whole market. Even the current charcoal suppliers cannot meet the whole market. If you look at the charcoal business, it's in the excesses of 40 billion whatever shillings business within just Kampala alone. And that is the market that we're beginning to tap into. Okay. What we're beginning to recognize is that there are certain clients who are tired of using charcoal. They're tired of decimating whatever the environment. The gentleman from WWF made this allusion to the fact that when you burn a tree, you only get 10% of that tree in charcoal. But realize this, between 10 to 35% of that 10% that you've gotten from the tree is going to be wasted. That is why when you buy a sack of charcoal, probably 10 to 35% of it is already charcoal dust. So the person is getting only 65% effective cooking time from their charcoal sack. So when you...
How does this compare to briquette?
When you use briquettes, from the clients that I have been supplying my briquettes to, they have recognized up to a 50%, in fact over a 50% savings on their charcoal budgets.
Let me go to one of the entrepreneurs I had at the front earlier. What are some of the challenges that the people you supply say they have with the briquettes?
The biggest challenge I've had from my clients is probably the charcoal, the dust that it produces after.
The ash. Yes.
The ash.
Yes.
So they, in the case of the briquettes, we advise our clients to use it as fertilizers because it's biodegradable. So what I've been telling my clients is that with the ash, you can put it on like your lusukus at home, and you can use it as fertilizer.
Okay.
But that's the biggest issue that I have got personally from my clients about the briquettes, the ash.
Will that work for me who stays in a flat?
Well, in that case, probably you should start farming.
Let's ask Ziwa. Let's ask Ziwa.
Me being a witness, we have Bugolobi flats using our briquettes, the Briquetti brand. So what we have done is that we're empowering sales teams, we're empowering our entrepreneurs. Even us, we are empowering ourselves to go out there and make people understand that this is compressed material. So once it's burned, disintegrates, produces ash. There could be other alternatives like chemicals, but come on, we're looking at the environment. So we want to provide you with a product that will not have health hazards. So that's the way we are dealing with it. Even when you're living on a flat, definitely I have seen people having food left for many days, and after they give it to KCCA.
You just dispose it like you dispose other waste.
Yeah, if you don't have a garden. But sack gardening is also there for those who don't have.
All right, the gentleman next to you has something to add.
The other thing to look at is the savings that you're making. I mean, if you're going to buy charcoal, you're going to spend a lot of money. If you have a product that saves you over 50% of your budget, then a little extra ash is not something to complain about.
Yeah, but there's also ash from Chaco as well.
Yes,
so
there's also ash from
yes, I
Chaco,
have a
yes.
gentleman at the back. Let's take your question or comment.
Samuel Asimwe
Yes,
from
Samuel.
Jasa Green Technologies. Mine is I contribute on the ash part because I'm a producer of briquettes and also stoves. We are dealing with institutions who are actually using briquettes. And I assume these are the highest consumers who would be accumulating a lot of ash. But how they are managing ash is that they turn ash into fertilizer for their backyard gardenings. So they are providing greens to the schools. For example, Old Kampala is doing it, and Chewando School.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. One of the biggest challenges with briquettes in particular is that very many people say if you want to get charcoal, in your community, it's very easy to find a charcoal dealer. We're talking to entrepreneurs today, but how do we encourage more entrepreneurs out there to start selling briquettes? Because people are saying that for a briquette, you don't even know where to find it. Let's take one of the suppliers.
One of the things that is happening actually right now with GVEP is that we're looking at ways that we can open up outlets for people to be able to access our briquettes. The thing with briquettes as opposed to charcoal is that briquettes are highly hygroscopic, and so you don't want to expose them to...
What does that mean?
You don't want to expose them to a lot of moisture, otherwise they will take on a lot of water and then they won't be productive. In fact, sometimes when people buy briquettes, they could be well treated, they're dry, but if they carry them on a boda and it rains and and anything happens to that, then if they take on water, then they won't be able to work. So we're looking for opportunities to be able to set out outlets in major outlets, whatever, on the exit points of the city, so that at least people can begin to access them at those points.
Okay.
Of course, the outlet, and the financing of that is a little bit capital intensive. But again, GVEP is
Well,
helping us.
GVEP is here. Let's put it to them.
Yeah, just to add on, actually, Timothy is also distributing from a number of supermarkets. So more and more you're seeing some of these products in the supermarket. I know Briquetti also does it. So the number of avenues, the supermarkets, I think right now you will find a number of products for briquettes. There's need for more outlets. That's for sure a challenge that we have. And as GVEP, we're taking that on.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've come to the end of the show. However, we'd just like to know what opportunities do the young people have to make money in these sectors, very particular, and how do they take advantage of these opportunities? How do they get in touch with you?
Yeah. Thank you very much. If you look at the generally briquettes, the value chain, the number of ways in which you can actually make money. First of all, briquettes use organic waste or any garbage, so that people can make money just from collecting the garbage and distributing it to the suppliers. Secondly, you can become an outlet for the already existing producers of briquettes, just like some of the panelists that you had here. That's another way you can make money. You can also start your own briquette production business. Again, there are a number of challenges. In GVEP, we do not discourage people from starting their own production, but preferably if you're a startup, you're better off working with an existing entrepreneur because you learn more from them. You will also get a lot of access to different information, which in itself is a challenge. The problem specifically for briquettes is that the information is not readily available. So you need to know specific places where you can go and get the information. As GVEP, again, positioning ourselves as that organization where anyone who is interested in starting a renewable energy business can come to. So just looking at that, there are several of these opportunities. Of course, others, packaging is an issue for briquettes. So people who are providing packaging for briquette entrepreneurs also make some good money. Of course, you cannot use briquettes alone. So we're also seeing a synergy between the stove producers and the briquette entrepreneurs, because those two products are complementary. You need a stove and you need a briquette. If you use these ordinary stoves, you will not save as much as someone who is using briquettes and an improved cook stove at the same time. So those are the various opportunities specifically for the briquettes.
We're available. I
Yes,
think,
in solar.
And also for solar currently, we're only providing kind of support to big renewable energy or solar businesses that need to scale, because solar has got, at least solar, they're doing better off than briquettes. So specifically for solar, we're working with those entrepreneurs or businesses that, for example, want to expand to different markets, that are looking at how they can finance their businesses. And those are the ones that we are working with currently.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Julius. And thank you to everybody that has watched the show today. We've come to the end of this particular show, but the conversation continues on Facebook and on Twitter. We hope that you will take advantage of these opportunities where you can make some money, but also save the environment. I'm Iguma Gabriel. This is the Sustainable Energy Forum, brought to you by WWF Uganda. Until next week when we have another show. Bye-bye.